From Roman archers firing arrows to modern battle tanks firing shells across the field, this is the range equation. Okay, the range equation. What we're going to do here is we're going to fire a projectile at some initial speed s at an angle theta, which is an angle above the horizontal axis. The projectile is going to travel through the air and land at the same height from which it was fired. What we're trying to determine is the horizontal distance or range that the projectile will travel. Now, because this is a projectile, we're going to say it's accelerating downward under the influence of gravity at a rate of g. On Earth, that'd be 9.81 meters per second squared. As with any projectile motion problem, we're going to separate the motion of this projectile into the x-axis and the y-axis. To analyze this problem, we're going to look at all 5 kinematic variables for each axis. Now, starting with the x-axis, we know the horizontal displacement is going to be r, the range we're trying to solve for. To solve for the initial velocity in the x-axis, we're going to have to break the speed up into its horizontal and vertical components. In this case, we want the horizontal component. That's going to be s cosine theta. Because this is a projectile, it is accelerating only vertically. What that means for us is the acceleration horizontally is 0. So there is no final velocity in the x-axis. It's the same as the initial. Now on the y-axis, we know there's going to be no vertical displacement. We also know that the vertical initial velocity is going to be s sine theta. The acceleration is going to be g. We have to be careful here. It's downward, which makes it negative. Now, to derive the range equation, what we're going to use is the displacement formula from the kinematic equations. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the x-axis and apply the formula to the x-axis. So within the x-axis, we know our initial velocity is s cosine theta. Multiplied by time. There is no acceleration, so we don't need to write in that term. Within the y-axis, we know the initial velocity is s sine theta. And we're going to add in 1/2 the acceleration, which is negative g, times our time squared. We'll do a little bit of math to clean up this term. Now we can rearrange each displacement formula for time, once for the x-axis and once for the y-axis. Because our projectile is going to be in the air for the same amount of time, both horizontally and vertically, we can set the times for both axes equal to each other. By rearranging our two terms for the range, r, we get, with a little bit of algebra, you'll notice we can clean this up, 2s squared sine theta cosine theta over g. The 2 sine theta cosine theta, as we all remember from our double angle identities, is going to be the same as sine 2 theta. This leaves us with s squared over g times the sine of 2 theta. And that is the range equation.